This is an unpopular opinion, but it's the shop owner, and it's not even close. The reason why that is because the shop owner invested in that building. The shop owner built out the building. The shop owner may have got a loan or taken their savings and invested in their business. The shop owner contacted the landlord and applied to rent out that space. The landlord possibly either saved their money or got a loan to build out the building. The shop owner had to get permits through the county or the state or the city to get that shop approved. The shop owner had to contact an architect, had to write up plans. The shop owner had to do so much just to make that building stand up so that people could walk in that building to get a haircut. So the answer is the shop owner. Now, most shop owners don't actually take all the walk-ins because they understand that new barbers and barbers that work there are trying to build up their clientele. But simply paying booth rent does not entitle you to a walk-in. It does not, because your booth rent is your booth rent no matter how many walk-ins come in, period. Now, if there are no walk-ins in that week, your booth rent is the same as if there's 500 walk-ins in that week. So the idea that you are entitled to walk-ins simply because you pay booth rent there, it doesn't work that way. But again, most shop owners are going to put you in a situation to where you're going to be able to take walk-ins, because 9 times out of 10, if that shop owner works in the building like I do, they're probably already established. Otherwise, how would they be able to finance the building? Now, the way we do it in my shop, because I'm by a mile the busiest barber in the shop, I don't take walk-ins unless it is one of my clients that could not book and they are willing to wait on me. Because most of the time, you're going to have an hour or two wait. Now, what we do is based on the order the barber shows up to the shop. So the first barber at the shop is the first one on the walk-in priority. Now, let's say the first barber shows up, but they've got 2 or 3 or 5 straight appointments. So then it goes to the next barber. But basically, we just do a next man up, next woman up type of philosophy, because I don't want a client waiting if a barber is available. Even if it's not the barber's turn, that's not fair to the client. I don't want a client sitting here twiddling their thumbs when someone can cut their hair. And what people don't realize is everybody gets a turn. Everybody gets a turn. One day, you will be so busy where you're not going to be able to take a walk-in, and so someone else is going to eat off of that. And the same is true in your situation. One day, another barber is going to be so busy they're not going to get their turn with walk-ins. So we don't worry about going tit for tat in our building, because everybody gets a turn. Now, one of the funny things on here is an OG barber. The OG barber has to, I need more explanation on what defines an OG barber. Because if you've been cutting for years in an area that you still work in and you're still relying on walk-ins, you trash. That's simple. Now, if you're an OG barber, but you've moved locations and your clients are too far away to follow you, that's a different story. But if you're an OG barber and you've been cutting in the same area for a while, you should be so busy with your own clients that you shouldn't even be in this conversation. But as far as the first chair, me and my co-owner are the first chair because we want to ensure that everybody that walks in the building gets a proper greeting. We want to make sure that everybody that walks in the building knows where they're supposed to go. Because a lot of times when I'm not in the front of the building and a walk-in comes in, people don't say nothing to nobody. So I personally, purposely station myself at the front of the shop just to make sure that people get greeted properly. But again, the answer to this question is the shop owner. And if the shop owner decides that they want to share like we all normally do, then I would say it is in the order in which you showed up to the shop. But that's just my opinion. I know you guys aren't going to agree with it, but let me know what you think and why. I am Sean Cussation on social media. Please like, share, follow, and comment. I stream daily on TikTok, Twitch, Kick, YouTube, and sometimes Facebook.